All right. Welcome in. It's been a couple weeks. We had some stuff going on, but we are back, baby, and we are live and ready to rock and roll. If you didn't know, it's Views from the Stands, and I'm your host, Stevie B. Steve Brennan, and we have with us the GM, Mr. G Mike. It is so good to see you and go live with you and talk some sports, my man. How are you feeling on a Thursday night, my man?
Feeling good, baby. Feeling right. We back on it, man. It took a couple of weeks off. You know, we got a lot of responsibilities that we needed to take care of, but we back before Thursday Night Football, a week 4. It's going to be a good one, man, and it's going to be a good episode, too.
Absolutely, man. We have G Mike was just alluding to, man. We have a fun-filled show. We're going to be doing a little bit of a Thursday night preview here of the 2-1 Seahawks taking on the 2-1 Arizona Cardinals. Kind of two surprise teams in that NFC West out there. So it's going to be an exciting game out here. We also have our very first, which I'm really looking forward to this one, our very first Views from the Stands NFL Power Rankings as of week 4. So I'm really excited about that one. Hoping that you guys enjoyed this as well. Get some feedback and, obviously go back and forth with us on this one. And we're going to close out the night with not one, but two Downbad Debates that we think you guys are really going to enjoy as well. Maybe a little bit shorter of a show, but hey, we're going to get straight to the point and get it down. Before we get into all that great sports talk, man, we got to pay some bills. Mr. G Mike, let the good people know what we got going on.
Yes, sir. Guys, I run a Telegram channel where we offer sports gambling slips to get you winnings from $20 to $50 to $100 a day. You'll see the link pop up in the chat if you're watching the live episode. Boom, right there in the comments. Or if you're watching the recorded episode, you'll see it pop up on your screen. Slide in my DMs. My social medias are going to pop up as well. Slide in my DMs. We could get you a conversation to get on and popping. And for those of you that are watching right now, I'm going to give you a lock for tonight. Kyler Murray to rush over 5.5 rush attempts. That he will be rushing this game 6 times. That's a lock for tonight, baby. Put that bet in.
Hey, I like it, man. That's an interesting bet. I like that. It's going to be fun to choose, and hopefully you can get that money in there, man. We also want to give a shout-out real quick to one of our other people that's always been helping us out, and that is Varsity Sports Nation, man. It's a great app and great people. If you want live high school sports, man, they got you. You want college sports, they got you. You want sports content, just like you're watching right here, they got you, man. You can also check us out on demand, which we really appreciate the love we've been getting on the app. Best part about it is, man, it's easy. We all like easy. It's the best part is you can find it on your iOS, your Android, your Roku TV, your Apple TV, your Fire TV, as well as your social medias. You can catch us right here on demand. So check out Varsity Sports Nation. Support the people that's been supporting us. And while we're talking about supporting us, please, we're trying to get them views up on YouTube. If you could give us a like and subscribe, if you got a couple of minutes, drop us a review. We're also on Spotify, newly just acquired onto Amazon Music. We're on Apple Podcasts. We are on damn near anywhere that you can think of that you want to hear some podcasts and good sports talk. We are there. So please spread the word and spread it to as many people as you can so we can keep this thing going. So we got all that out the way. Mr. G Mike, I don't know about you, my man, but we came here to talk some sports. You ready to get this thing on and popping?
Let's get it.
All right, man. So we have like we said a little bit ago, we have the 2-1 Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And both teams have kind of came out the gates surprising, in my opinion, honestly. Arizona got their first loss of the week. Last week it was, I believe. And Seattle's looked very impressive. And that defense has been really great. Going back to that Legion of Boom style of defense, Kenneth Walker has just been running lights out the last 2 games. Started off kind of slow in the first game. Him and Charbonnet is one hell of a combo. G Mike, what's your thoughts on this game we got coming up here, man? It sounds like you already said something about Kyler Murray running rampant tonight.
Yeah, man. It's because, man, that secondary for the Seattle Seahawks, man, they are on lock. They are locking receivers up. They are playing very well when it comes to the snap and at the end of the damn whistle. And I feel like Kyler Murray, man, and that offense, their passing attack is not as good, man. And another thing is that they just lost their running back, James Conner. He's going to be out for the year, so now they got to go with their backup Trey Benson, which I think he's going to do a pretty decent job. He's going to have a pretty decent game, but you got to get Kyler Murray to work on that pass attack, man, because they got Terry McBride out there, they got Marvin Harrison Jr. out there, two guys that can be playmakers. You get the ball to them, they could get the yards, they could get those catches, they could get those touchdowns. But with Seattle's secondary, man, they're playing really well out there, bro. And I like their run defense too. I think it still needs a little bit of work. They're not great. They're not. I don't even think they're super good, but they're a little bit above average. So I think they can hold their own against the Arizona Cardinals, man. And I think Seattle will win this on the road.
Well, according to ESPN, their predictor right now has Arizona 51.9% chance of winning over Seattle at a 47.7%, which I found kind of interesting. The line's been creeping a little bit more towards Seattle. I think that Arizona is getting the benefit of having the home game. It's in a dome, so there's not much weather to be expecting there. You mentioned someone a little bit ago that I wanted to have a quick conversation about. Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr., this guy, we were talking about this almost to the day last year about how this guy is a can't-miss pick, and it's almost impossible for him to fail. And yet he still has just been okay. And not like he was in Ohio State where he, was one of the greatest college wide receivers, it seemed like, in history over there. Only dropped, I want to say, 2 passes in the entire 3 to 4 years that he was at Ohio State. Different quarterback, different system. Everything was different at Ohio State. Do you think it is a Marvin Harrison thing, Kyler Murray thing, or just they're not using him in the right way? What is your thoughts on this one? Because Marvin Harrison has been so up and down. Game 1, he looked good. Game 2, kind of not really. Game 3 had the drop where had like a couple open passes where would it change the whole outlook on how you're looking at Marvin Harrison Jr. What's your thoughts, man?
I think it's all of the above, man. I think it's the way that you need to utilize him for sure. And you need to get him. He's a great speedy receiver. Obviously, he has some great hands. So anywhere that you put him, really, he's gonna go ahead and catch the ball. Yeah, there's times that he'll go and drop it, like that wide open one that you're talking about. That probably would have been like a 60-yard, 70-yard touchdown for sure. But that's going to happen from time to time. I think he's going to be one of the greats. I think he's going to improve. But it definitely comes with the way that they utilize him and his confidence of him playing against some very good cornerbacks, not like in college where you play maybe 2, 3, or 4 games, you're playing against some really great cornerbacks. In the NFL, every single week you're playing against some great cornerbacks. And then the chemistry that he still has to build with Kyler Murray. It's only been 1 year, and they had a whole offseason now too. But still got to keep building that. Still got to get that rapport and still got to know that timing when Kyler Murray's got to put it right on his numbers, right on his hands, and when exactly to give him the ball.
Yeah, and that's interesting that you bring that up too, is because Marvin Harrison recently has been brutally honest, and some people were kind of turned off by it a little bit because he was still saying we're still not on the same page. I'm still trying to figure out how to play with Kyler Murray. And Kyler Murray is such an enigma of a player because there's spots where he looks absolutely unstoppable, and then sometimes just like, what the hell are you doing? How is it you got drafted as high as you did, and how are you still a franchise quarterback? But then he'll wow you. I mean, go back, what was it? What DeAndre Hopkins had that end zone pass last second on the run or whatever, and then you'll have some other plays. You're just like, dude, what the hell are you doing? What's your thoughts? Are you a Kyler Murray guy? Are you anti Kyler Murray, or is his time pretty much up in Arizona? Like, what would you do?
No, I'm a big time Kyler Murray guy, man. I like the way that he extends plays and he knows exactly like how to get his teammates involved for sure. I think he's a very intelligent quarterback. There's a reason why he was able to play in the NFL and he almost played in the MLB too because of his athleticism. He knows when to run around and scramble and throw the ball and get to his guys, or just run around and try to get some yards on his own. In a quarterback that you have that can scramble and actually throw the pass and make some good passes, it's always a A++ in my book. So I think Kyler Murray is good, man. I think he's decent enough to be a good quarterback to get wins. You just got to put the right pieces around him. If you don't have a good offensive line to cover him, he is short. He's like what, 5'6", 5'7", so it's hard for him to
I
see
think he's
over
like
the line.
5'10" or something like that. He's taller than me, and I'm
Yes,
5'6".
something like that. Something like that. Didn't want to disrespect him on his height, but yeah, something
No,
like
no,
that.
it's
He's
okay. Just
short.
make fun of me instead, I guess.
He's different from every other quarterback that's in the league. Most of the quarterbacks that are over 6 feet tall, and
Right.
when you got a quarterback like that, you gotta make sure that you're really protecting him well, man, because he's gonna need that extra 2-3 seconds to actually see where these receivers are at, so he could let go of the ball. If not, he's gonna run with it.
Yeah, and it's wild too because Arizona, their record I think says that they're better than what they've actually are right now. I think Arizona for the last few years has been like the very definition of just mediocrity. They have some Buda Baker is an amazing player. Trey McBride is great. Marvin Harrison Jr. should be great, but it just seems like they're just missing some ingredients. The defense has been playing pretty decent. Nothing to they've shut down some players. So the defense has been playing okay, but they're just an interesting team to me sometimes. So let's just go ahead and switch sides on this one, man. Seattle, I think looks pretty good. I think Sam Darnold is playing well. Their contract so far is looking like it was the right move for them, even though Geno is playing pretty well for Las Vegas. But I think Sam Darnold has shown that he actually deserves to still be in the league and still be a starter. The offensive line has been playing great. I believe I heard a stat this morning that was saying that he's only been sacked on, I think, about every 27 snaps, which is damn near maybe once a game, maybe twice a game, So that's good. That's something that Sam Darnold needs. He needs to be able to be upright, and then he can do some things and do some things. You got Jackson Smith and Jigba, who is playing lights out, man, right now. Between him and Puka, I don't know who else has been more impressive this season so far in the early run. They got to be like the first quarter MVPs, I would feel like. They both just been getting peppered with targets and just playing amazing right now. Seattle, man, did you expect them to get out the gates like this? They look pretty good.
I did not expect it, man. I thought Sam Darnold was going to have a down year to start the year. Really, I did not have high expectations for him. And a lot of people will say that I'm crazy after the year that he had in Minnesota, but it was just like sometimes you got some quarterbacks that they'll have one good year, and then after that, they won't really have a good year. Look at C.J. Stroud right now. He had a great rookie year. Sophomore year was like, well, it was whatever. And then now he's looking really bad right now. Same thing with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was looking good, and well, his rookie year he wasn't really looking that good, but his sophomore year he was looking better, and now it looks like he's digressing. So it's like that's what I thought was going to happen with Sam Darnold, but honestly, man, I would truly say right now I am completely wrong because this guy is slinging the rock. He knows when to get it to his receivers. He knows when not to. He knows how to make smart plays, and it looks like he's going to be great for Seattle, man.
Which is so funny, too, because last season, I was like the only Sam Darnold truther on the show. Everybody, all you in BC were like, "You're nuts. He's not that good." I was like, "I'm telling you, the guy turned around. He's playing pretty decent." So I was just reminding me of last season, like how things can change, And I was kind of skeptical as well. I was thinking it was more Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota, that Sam Darnold was a product of him, considering that he's pretty much taken every single quarterback that he's had and turned them into great players. But no, I got to give props where props is due, and I think Sam Darnold is actually playing pretty well for the Seattle Seahawks. The over-under, have you checked out what the over-under is for the game? ESPN has it as at 44.5.
Yeah.
That's just what ESPN bet has it as right now, 44.5. Are you expecting like a higher score game or more of a defensive game?
Man, if Kyler Murray and that offense can get the passing attack going, I do expect a high-scoring game for sure, because I think Sam Darnold and those receivers, they're going to score in Arizona for sure. But if Arizona can't get that passing game going and they're only running the ball, I only see them scoring 14 points, man. But it could go over because I think the Seahawks can easily get 27. So I think the over could hit for sure.
Interesting, because I was going to go the under in this one. I think this one's going to be a defensive battle. Like I'm thinking like a 15-12 kind of game, something like that. I feel like that it's going to be lower scoring. Now, like I was saying too, it is indoors. And Arizona is at home, so I think that's how they're getting that slight edge in the favor. But I actually think that it's going to be a lower scoring game. So you want to go ahead and go with predictions, or you got anything else you want to talk about this one?
Nah, man. I got Seattle, man. I got Seattle winning by a field goal at least.
All right, I'm actually going to go with the home team in this one and take Arizona. I think Seattle is expected to win, and I think Arizona has something to prove. And I feel like I'm praying because I have Marvin Harrison in my fantasy league, but I need a breakout game, and I think that he's going to come out there and show that he is the real deal, and I think they're going to have to get him early and often to make this work. Even though Seattle's defense is fantastic and is playing lights out, and they've been really shutting down receivers. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, so I'm going to take Arizona. I do believe in Trey Benson. I do think Trey Benson is going to be a good player. He was good coming out of college. I think that's going to be a great transition, and he's a smaller scale of James Conner, if you will, like body structure wise. He's just a little bit smaller than him, but I think they can play the same way. I don't think they're really going to have to change the offense per se to fit what his scheme is and what his game is. So I think Trey Benson's going to have a pretty decent game. Watch out for obviously. Ken Bones Walker over there trying to see if maybe he can get something going for Seattle. He's been doing great on the limited attempts that he's been getting, but he's always either Kenneth Walker is one of those guys that either he's efficient as hell whenever he gets it, or does nothing with 1,000 attempts. He'll get one and take it 70 yards to the house, or get 19 attempts and get 2 yards. It's such an interesting fact. But so we're gonna differ on this one, and I'm gonna go with Arizona. I just think we're going on the women this one and taking Arizona for the win, but I think it's gonna be a low scoring game, so I would take the under in this.
And for you guys betting out there, if you really want to use a prop for the game line, I would say parlay Seattle plus 7.5. That if they do lose, they don't lose by more than 7 points.
That's not a bad one. All right. Well, that was the Thursday night preview, and we're going to jump into something new that we've never tried before, and I'm pretty excited about this one. So get ready for this. This is going to be the Views from the Stands top 10 power ranking. And so what we were doing was we were going based off of I came up with the power rankings, and we're going to have G-Mike, and if BC, hopefully he's able to jump on in a little bit. Got stuck in some traffic, so we're hoping he can make it on here. If not, he'll jump on next time. So basically, we're going to go through. I made a list, and G-Mike is going to tell me how much of an idiot I am, or if I'm a perfect genius because I have glasses on. All right, so we're going to go backwards from 10 all the way up to number 1. So I'm going to go with my number 10 pick, and I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are sitting number 1 in the NFC West right now. They're surprisingly somehow 3-0. So I had to go with them in that aspect of it because of that they haven't lost. So you can't penalize someone for not losing. I think it's pretty impressive what San Francisco has been able to do considering all the injuries. It seems like if anybody even practices in San Francisco, they're walking away getting hurt. They lost Kittle early. They lost Kittle early. They lost Brock Purdy early. Mac Jones has been coming out. Mac Jones got hurt. Hopefully Brock Purdy is able to come back this week. So I'm thinking I'm going to give them a benefit of the doubt because it is pretty impressive what they've been able to do with all the injuries they've had and put them at number 10 because they have not lost a game yet. Say what you will about the division. G-Mike, you agree or disagree with my number 10 ranking of the San Francisco 49ers?
Well, if you want, just go through the whole list because there's just 2 teams in there that I wouldn't have on the list, but then there's, I think, like 2 or 3 that I would rearrange on the list. Okay. So if you want, just go through the whole list, and then we could just talk about why you put them there and then why I wouldn't or why I would as well.
All right, so we got San Francisco at 10. Number 9 was just in one hell of a game, and I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams are 2-1. They should have had that game won against the Eagles last week. It was a heartbreaking loss for them. They looked really dominant in there. The defense is playing pretty damn well, in my opinion. Matthew Stafford can never count him out. Like we were saying before, Puka Nacua is just on fire. And then you got Devontae Adams, who is playing second fiddle, but is a real number 1 in there too. So I love the way the offense is going. Kyron Williams is doing his thing. And they're starting to introduce Blake Corum to the world a little bit more. A lot of people thought whenever Blake Corum got drafted that he would be a lot more of a threat to Kyron Williams, but hasn't really started going until this year. It's still, very limited role, but I do like the 1-2 punch they have there. If something does happen to Kyron, I think Blake Corum will be able to take it over and continue. They are going to be playing my Indianapolis Colts this week, so that's going to be an awesome game. I'm really excited about that one, but I'm going to give them the almost beating the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll probably move them a little bit higher, but I'm going to put them at number 9, the Los Angeles Rams.
Okay. That's not a bad pick, though.
All right, and so now I'm going to go to the number 18 for me is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now are sitting at 3-0. This one it gets really hard whenever you're trying to decipher between 6 and 10 somewhere in there because all these teams I think are legitimately good contending teams. So I don't want any Bucs fans out there, especially BC. Drive safe, man. I know you're probably listening on the way. Drive safe. We can discuss it later. But Tampa Bay, man, I like the way they've been playing. I'm having them. And the number, I believe it was 7 spot here. I think it is. We're number 7 spot. I guess it was.
That was 8. That was 8.
8 spot. Excuse me. Number 8 spot. I had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Emeka Ibuka. I have to eat crow on this one. I thought that was a bad pick for them whenever they picked him, and it wasn't the player. It was more of the necessity because I didn't think that's something that they actually needed whenever they needed when they were in that position to pick it. That shows why I'm talking sports and someone's actually a GM because he has been playing lights out and almost seems like to me, in my opinion, in the first few weeks of the season has been like a runaway for Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. He's been playing great, been very clutch, and it's wild whenever a rookie comes in and it's exactly what every scout said he was. He's an adult. He's a playmaker. He is a grinder. He is a man's man kind of guy. Comes in and wants to play football, and that's exactly what the echo has been through Tampa Bay. That this kid is just he's not a rookie. He's playing on a bigger level and has been clutch already. Ergo the first game of the season, the big bomb touchdown that Baker Mayfield throw. Who'd he throw to? Not Mike Evans. Obviously, Chris Godwin's hurt right now. Not Kate Otten, but Emeka Ibuka, rookie, and they designed that play for him. So I like the way Tampa Bay is playing. Tampa Bay is very interesting. You got that dog mentality coming up with Baker Mayfield. They got an interesting game coming up, and they get the Philadelphia Eagles coming up next. And that game is going to be very interesting because Tampa Bay has played Philadelphia very well for the past few years. So Tampa Bay could be definitely on the rise for me if they can pull out that win. But I got Tampa Bay at that spot there. All right, so coming up next, I wanted to go maybe a little bit higher just because this is my team. And I think that a lot of the national media is not giving them enough love. And that's my Indianapolis Colts. Colts are sitting right now at 3-0. That's right, I said it. The Colts are sitting at 3-0 right now, man. The Colts have just punted for the first time last game the entire season. That is an insane stat here, man. The Colts are playing, I think, way better than anybody expected. You can say what you want about the Dolphins, but they dominated the Dolphins. Next week comes in, they have the Denver Broncos, who, in my opinion, is one of the best teams in the AFC. They've had a slow start, but they are a damn good team. There's no doubt about that one. Beat them. Granted, it came on a last-second field goal, but the idea is the win is a win, and they were in a game that everybody expected Denver to just come on and landslide them and destroy them. Come out the next week. They go to Tennessee. First Daniel Jones game on the road, and what do you know? They put up about 30 to 40 points on him. First play of the game is a pick six. So rookie quarterbacks, I'm trying to find all the excuses people are going to give me that this isn't the right thing, but I think the Indianapolis Colts deserve to be in the top 10, and I don't get why the national media still keeps on putting them behind people like the Chiefs and all these other teams who have one win. So can we show some Indianapolis love here, G. Mike? Are you with me on this?
Yeah, no, I am with you on it.
I think it's about time Indianapolis started getting some love. And if they are able to go into LA and get that win, I think that is going to be a huge win for them. And that maybe will be the turning point in the season. Daniel Jones, man, let's go ahead and talk about him. He has played fantastic. And everybody was very skeptical, including myself. I wanted Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson, and that was just because of what exactly I thought was going to be happening. And that was just consistency. He is not making stupid, boneheaded decisions. He can throw a pass 5 yards, and he can also throw it 55 yards if he needs to. He can basically do what Anthony Richardson can do, just more accurate. Anthony Richardson I'm not even going to compare the two of them as far as athleticism. Anthony Richardson, obviously we know, is an amazing athlete, and it's otherworldly. But Daniel Jones is bringing that simple quarterback play to the Indianapolis Colts, and the results are showing for themselves. They're 3-0. They've only punted one damn time. Show me some love, Indianapolis. Let's go.
Yeah, and they have a way better offensive line than he did in New York all those years.
Exactly. And that was one of the main arguments that I had, and that's why I wasn't shy that whenever I was saying that the Indianapolis Colts were going to win the AFC South was because of that situation. I thought Daniel Jones was going to be a calming factor. They only lost the AFC South last year by one game. So it wasn't as if they got dominated by everybody else. And Houston got rid of all their offensive line. So, of course, they're struggling. C.J. Stroud looks like a shell of himself. I don't think C.J. Stroud is bad. He's just not looking right. And if you look at the offensive line, it makes sense. Jacksonville, new head coach, writing's on the wall. Trevor Lawrence you can say what you want about the guy. I don't know if he's that guy. I think he's a starter in the league maybe, but I don't know if he's that guy the way they paid him as well. And then you got Tennessee with a rookie quarterback, and they're not nowhere. They're nowhere near being ready to take the division. So that's why I was very comfortable with taking Indianapolis. People thought I was crazy for it. It is only week 3 going into week 4, so I at least let me have my fun while I can. All right, so I'm going with my next team here is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. I have the Baltimore Ravens are sitting at 1-2. Now, it's tough to put where Baltimore is in here because I do truly think that Baltimore is a better team than their 1-2 record. They've had to play the Lions. They've had to play. They played the Lions. That was a tough game. They had to play the Bills. They were dominating the Bills. Bills had a miraculous comeback and win the game. We all watched that game, and it was one hell of a game. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are forever going to be tied together with it. Just throw Patrick Mahomes in that mix, and it's an amazing time for quarterbacks, man. Having said that, man, they beat the Browns, which the Browns defense is the only thing good on that team right now. The offense can't do anything. They handled them, but they lost against a very good Detroit Lions team. And Detroit Lions really put a hurting on them, honestly, in my opinion, man. If you've got a chance to watch that, they sacked Lamar Jackson 7 times, the most he's ever been sacked. I think in a game, if not for sure in a Monday Night Football game, he's dominated almost the entire NFC, almost his entire career. I don't know. I like Baltimore still. I'm not ready to jump off the bridge yet. They have a big game coming up this weekend against Kansas City. Kansas City, for some reason, national media keeps on still doing it because they love Patrick Mahomes. And I understand that Patrick Mahomes is a hell of a talent, but if you look at that team, they don't look right. They don't look like the old Kansas City Chiefs. So I think that Baltimore will probably end up coming out with that one and get this back going again. They'll end up probably being 2-2. But I still think they're a good team. I believe in that offense. I believe in the defense who is going to figure things out and get it a little bit together. They are missing one of their best defensive players, so that also is a factor in what happened in the Detroit game. Detroit just ran all over them. All right, so then moving on, I have the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are at 2-1. Green Bay Packers defense has just been lights out, man. That Micah trade has really helped out. He hasn't been getting as many sacks as everybody kind of thought it was, but it's just his presence out there, the pressures, and what they're able to do with having a Micah Parsons out there. If you go back to the first game of the season, they put a hurting on the Detroit Lions. Then they beat the Washington Commanders. They surprisingly dumped one against the the Cleveland Browns last week. Cleveland has one hell of a defense. Now, if you look at Cleveland's history this entire season, it has been shutting down the run game, and just that defense is legit. They can't really score that much, but they did just enough to be able to beat Green Bay. I think everybody has one of those stumble games. I think this was Green Bay's stumble game. I think they get to ride the ship back as they go take on your Dallas Cowboys. Are you going to watch that game, or are you just going to sit in the corner and cry?
Both.
Fair enough. I'll send a wellness check for you, everybody. Make sure you send a G-Mike a wellness check out there if you're watching that game. All right, so moving on to my top teams we got going here, man. So the top 4 now. Green Bay came in at number 5. We got the top 4 now. I have the Detroit Lions. I think that I have the Detroit Lions ahead of the Green Bay Packers, even though they did lose to them. Game 1 of the season. It's getting it out there, man. They absolutely put a hurting on the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are getting better. They're not where they need to be, but they put a hurting on it. That's when else the coming out party was. And then, like we just talked about, they had that coming out party on the Monday Night Football game, prime time. They put a hurting, in my opinion, on the Baltimore Ravens, who, like I was saying, I have them in the top 10. So I'm going to give Detroit Lions the benefit of the doubt in that one, even though they didn't have a loss. I think they look really, really promising and look really, really good. After game 1, I think a lot of people were that Ben Johnson narrative, that Aaron Glenn narrative that they lost the coordinators, are not going to be able to do anything with it. I think that they kind of took that personal. And whenever you have a coach like Dan Campbell and the other coaches that they have around there, I think that they took that personal. And I think they have a bunch of dogs on that team that they want to win, and they're hungry and they play angry, man. They're they're Detroit. And they play like they're Detroit, man. So it's the new Detroit, not the old Detroit, the new Detroit. So I really like what I'm seeing out of the Lions. And like I was saying before, they have the Cowboys coming up. So that should be, or no, I'm sorry. They have, the Browns coming up, which should be a very interesting game if they're going to be able to, if that Browns defense is legit and stop that amazing rushing attack that they have. So we'll see that one. That's a TBD, but Detroit might be on a little bit more of a rise. Coming in at number 3, the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles. And now I know what people can say is that how are you going to have the Eagles if they're the defending champs? How do you not have them higher? I have the Eagles lower is because that offense has been very stagnant. They had to pull out all kinds of strings to be able to beat the Los Angeles Rams. And the offense, they play a very slow-paced game. And if the defense is great, Philadelphia is a damn good team, and I have them at 3, so it's not like I'm saying they suck or they're, should be way low or anything like that. I'm just kind of nervous about the slow pace that they're playing and the teams that they've kind of – if they didn't go to a rain delay in that first game, G-Mike, honest opinion, do you think Dallas could have pulled that out?
Yeah, if CeeDee Lamb catches those 3 passes that he dropped, yeah, I think they would. Exactly.
So I think Philadelphia is still one of the top teams in the league. So I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that I don't like the slow pace they've been playing. I don't really like the way the offense doesn't seem like it hasn't necessarily gelled as well, but they are still doing exactly what they need to do to win, play good defense. Their offensive line is more of a man than you are. So fly Eagles, fly. I get it. If that's what it's going to take to win, then go ahead and do you. But I'm not as impressed with them as I have seen the last few years. All right, moving on to my number 2 team. And this one was a shocker for quite some people here, but I got the Los Angeles Chargers at number 2. I think Los Angeles Chargers have just looked flat out great. Justin Herbert is playing at a damn near MVP caliber level right now. They're slinging the ball around. The defense is playing well. They did lose Najee Harris, but I think it's time for Marion Hampton to jump into that role that they expected him to be and be a number 1 RB. I think for fantasy-wise, he's going to be great. I think just for overall football, I think he's going to be a good player for Los Angeles. And you got John Harbaugh and Greg Roman, and they love their mobile quarterback and they love their running style offense. So I think that it's going to be really, really good for the Los Angeles Chargers going forward. I think that this is what they've been missing. Getting Keenan Allen back is a big move for them. It's that comfort blanket that Justin Herbert needed. He's been playing lights out, even though he's a little bit older. If you got a player that has a chemistry with somebody, you don't need him to run all these crazy routes. Just get open. That's exactly what Keenan Allen does. So I have the Los Angeles Chargers at number 2. And my number 1 team, if you haven't put the things together, is the Buffalo Bills, man. The Buffalo Bills doesn't look like they've had any kind of kinks in their armor, man. They are looking great. They beat the Ravens on that crazy game, that awesome comeback. That was a game for the ages there, 41-40. They beat the Ravens the first game of the season. Then they turned around, beat the Jets 30-10. Then they beat the Dolphins 31-21. Dolphins, I think they were just having a little bit more fun. They didn't put the gas on them as much. Dolphins looked a lot better than they have in the last couple of weeks. Maybe they're kind of getting together. But I think the Buffalo Bills look like the team to beat right now, and they are looking flat out fantastic. So I have the Buffalo Bills as my number 1 team in my power rankings for this week. Woo! All right, Mr. T.
Drink some water, baby. Drink some water, baby.
What's the studio audience think about that one? I think that they think that it's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go in reverse here. And before I go, I want to apologize to everybody that is watching right now. And even on the recorded episode that you'll see later on YouTube, I do not know why my screen keeps buffering. Wi-Fi is going ballistic right now, I guess. Guess it's because I'm connected to the phone. I don't know. But I'm going to go in reverse here. I'm going to go from 1 to 10, right? So I was writing down the notes. I was writing down yours, and I would put mine into perspective. So at number 1, I got to keep the Eagles there because they're the reigning champs. They're undefeated. Their defense is still looking good. The reason why I think their offense is stagnant is because they do the same thing over and over and over again, that they just rely on the run until the run is stopped, just like how the Rams did, and they go towards the pass. And you see what the pass can do. Jalen Hurts, I've said it in the past, he can be a game-managing quarterback, and I feel like those 2 Super Bowls he's played in, he really shut me up. This last game, when they needed him to turn up, he turned up, and he got the ball to his primary target, A.J. Brown. He got the ball to Devontae Smith, too. Both of them had touchdowns that game, came back. They were primarily the reasons of why they came back in that game, and then obviously the field goal block kick return for the TD. So I got to keep the Eagles at 1. They're undefeated. They're the reigning champs. I can't take them away from that spot. Number 2, I got the Buffalo Bills. They got the reigning MVP there. They're playing amazing offense. The Bills love to come back, and they love to play from adversity, man. They love that. It's like their crip. It's like their crack. They're crack cocaine. But they love that, man. They love to come from behind and they love to win, man. And that's what they did against the Baltimore Ravens. In these last 2 games, they haven't really been putting up so much points when it comes to the passing attack, but their run game has been obsolete in the first 3 weeks. And I feel like it's just going to continue to happen and continue to going on. Their defense has gotten better, adding Joey Bosa there. They still need some more tanks and some fixes there for sure. But right now, I would see him as a number 2, man. It's tough for me to see that any teams can beat him right now. It was tough for me to see that they lost, that they beat the Baltimore Ravens. I thought the Baltimore Ravens were going to beat them too because I thought the Ravens were going to have a prolific defense. But they don't, and we'll see where I put them on this. But I got number 2, the Buffalo Bills. Number 3, I got the Los Angeles Chargers. I love their defense right now. They're a great run and pass defense. The way that Justin Herbert's throwing the ball, it looks like he can be literally the top 2, if not 3, quarterback in the league this season. Getting Keenan Allen, his security blanket back for him, was great for the Chargers, man. He has scored in every single game this season right now. It looks like that chemistry has not been lost. Quentin Johnson is finally coming into his own and stop dropping balls. I felt like they were going to have to call me out there to go catch some balls, man, because I don't drop them for nothing. And overall, together with that run game, man, it sucks that Najee Harris went down with a torn Achilles, man. That is really bad. I think they're going to sign a free agent in the next coming weeks. But Amari Hampton, it looks like he's coming into his own. He's finally getting comfortable out there. I just need him to work on his speed, man. I need him to get faster, bro, because he's looking a little slow out there. But once he starts working on that, once he starts getting way more comfortable, he's going to look like a very good Pro Bowler running back. Number 4, I got to put – this one was tough. This one was the one that I was like, I don't know, between 4 and 5, in these 2 teams. But I got to put the Green Bay Packers at 4, man, because their defense is looking crazy. Their offense is really good, even though they have injuries. Jaden Reed is out. Christian Watson is out. Josh Jacobs looks like right now he's questionable, so he's playing through some injury pains there. But even then, he still gets to rock about 12 to 15 and even sometimes 20 times a game, and he'll score for you and get those yards. That game against the Browns, it was tough, man, but the Browns, to me, honestly, have the best defense in the league. Like, their passing defense is amazing. Their run defense is even better, and it's tough to really beat the Browns. If the Browns had a decent offense, I think they would be in this list for sure. But their offense is cocky, so their defense has to really do everything. And honestly, they did it against the Green Bay Packers, man. They held the Packers to 10 points in that fourth quarter. They literally came back with the defense to win that game, man. So I just think the Packers had it rough right there with the best defense in the league, in my opinion. So I got to keep them at 4. But number 5, I have the Detroit Lions. That's where I had them mix and match.
I struggled with that too. That was around about the same area I was.
Yeah, and the only reason I really put the Lions behind them is because I don't like their defense as much as I like the Green Bay Packers. Their offense is amazing. They have the 1-2 punch at the running back position. Jared Goff is looking like a top 10 quarterback right now, putting the ball where it needs to be. The receivers are great. The play calling is great, even though Ben Johnson was out of there and now he's in Chicago. They're still their play calling on offense is still looking obsolete. It's still looking great. So it's like, I can't really put them down that much, but it was tough for me to 4 and 5. I was like, I gotta go with the defense, man. I love defensive teams, and if you got a great offense, it just puts you at the top. So I gotta put.
And Green Bay did technically beat Detroit. So I mean, I get
exactly. That's another thing, exactly. So here is where people are going to be like, yo, you're crazy, this and that. All right. Number 6, I got the Indianapolis Colts, bro.
Thank you.
I think that defense can match up with anybody. I love the way Danny Dimes is playing. It looks like he's gone from freaking what Richard Sherman said. He went from Daniel Jones to Indiana Jones. That boy is going crazy out there, and he's getting the ball where it needs to be. They have the best back in football right now, in my opinion, in Jonathan Taylor. The offensive line looks top 10, if not top 5. And that defense, man, that whole roster constructed from top to bottom, it just looks amazing to me. And I love the fact that the owner is out there on the field and trying to learn with the players and the coaches and with the scouts and with everybody else and trying to be involved, man. I love that, bro. Like, you're trying to be involved with the team. It starts at the top. If you show by example that you're really focused and you're really in tune into the game, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to trickle down. It's going to trickle down to everybody else, and everybody else is going to want to win, man. So I got the Indianapolis Colts at 6. I love their defense. Their offense is looking great, and to me, it's going to get even better. At number 7, I got to put the Baltimore Ravens, man, and it hurts me to put them that low, man. But, bro, that defense looks horrible, bro. It looks horrible. Like, they can't stop anybody from running the ball. They can't stop people from scoring, but their offense looks great. And I don't want to hear no one say that, oh, it's Lamar's fault and this and that. Bro, Lamar is playing amazing. Amazing. Derrick Henry fumbled in each and every game. If he doesn't fumble, Ravens might be 2-1. Ravens might be even 3-0 because he fumbled in the Buffalo game, and that's when the game turned around. So it's like, but that defense, man, that defense is why I got to put them so low, bro. I need them to wake the hell up and stop lollygagging out there and stop the run. Try to stop the pass. I know it's difficult, but you got to stop the run. You got to stop the run with that D-line and the linebackers that you got, man. You got to. Number 8, I'm going to put the Los Angeles Rams. I think their defense needs work, but that offense, man, looks so great to me, man. No one can stop Kyron Williams from running the ball. Matthew Stafford is playing with an effed up back. The guy took epidural. Something that you give to pregnant ladies when they're about to have a baby, man. And the guy's out there slinging the rock, getting into Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and now the other receivers as well, man. Oh, Amber Alert just scared the shit out of me. Bro, their offense is playing amazing. Their defense needs work. I do believe that their defense need to step it up. Another thing, their kicker, man. Their kicker is making more points than a lot of these teams, dude. They made more points than the Green Bay Packers against the Cleveland Browns. Yeah. And sometimes you need that. If you make 4 field goals, that's 12 points, dog. Bro. I'm taking those 12 points 100%, man. I love the what that Los Angeles Rams are doing, man. I got them at number 8. Number 9, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One, because Mike Evans got injured. That's going to put him off a whole month. That's going to be I want to see what Baker Mayfield and our offense can do without Mike Evans, man. Because to me, I think it's a small step back, but I could be wrong because he's the primary target there. He gets a lot of focus. The corner, obviously, that's matched up with him, and even the safety over the back because Mike Evans is going to go for that deep ball, man. He could catch a 40, 50, 60-yard pass easily and score it on you. Now that you don't have Mike Evans doing that, now you got to rely on the rookie and wait till Chris Godwin comes back, which is probably in another few weeks, maybe.
They're saying maybe this game, possibly. But
maybe. I don't know for sure. But maybe. So now you got to rely on the running backs, which is they've been doing pretty good. But teams are going to know that, so they're going to play the run a little bit more often. So when you throw the rock, it's either get it to the rookie or now you got to rely on Sterling Shepard to go out there and make some catches, man. So I think it's going to be pretty tough for them. Obviously, they're undefeated right now, so I got to keep them on this list because there's a reason why they're undefeated. It's not just because of Mike Evans. It's the whole team together. Mm-hmm. And then this one here, I know this one you're going to disagree with, obviously, but I think you're going to be very surprised. I do not have the Niners on the list because Nick Bosa just got out for the whole year. George Kittle is out for another 2-3 weeks. Brandon Ayuk, I just read today that they don't know when he's going to come back.
Right.
They don't know when he's going to come back. So that might be that he may never come back this year. They got to rely on their younger receivers. They got to rely on Christian McCaffrey, which, of course, if you ask me, yes, I'm going to rely on Christian McCaffrey, one of the best backs in football for sure. But how much with the injury-prone status that McCaffrey has had the last several years, how much can he withstand? So right now, losing Nick Bosa, George Kittle out, Brandon Ayuk out, just relying on Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy is questionable still. Mac Jones might even play this week. It's tough for me to put him on this list, man, especially that I love the way the Minnesota Vikings are playing. Man.
I was going to try and guess it. That's what I was going to say.
The defense. The only reason that they're at 10 is because J.J. McCarthy is out. He had one good game. The other game, it was whatever. So there's still a lot for him to show me that they should be higher on this list. But that defense is right there with the Cleveland Browns, in my opinion. Like, you saw it against the Cincinnati Bengals, and yes, I know Joe Burrow wasn't there. It was Brownie out there and this and that. But, dude, bro, they were going crazy. And they've been to start the year. And even from last year, under the great coach Brian Flores, the great DC out there, I think, bro, they're going to do some amazing things with that defense, man. And if they could get it together with our offense, with J.J. McCarthy, with Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason looking good, too, on the red zone takes, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison comes back, T.J. Hawkinson looking good. And even with Carson Wentz, he was looking decent. He was looking decent out there. But I want to see more for that offense, man. But that defense has shown me a lot, man. So I rather choose the Minnesota Vikings than the San Francisco 49ers right now because of the injuries and stuff.
I'm perfectly fine. I didn't want to take anybody off that hasn't really lost per se. So I didn't want to, because it is impressive what San Francisco's been able to do by limping through each game they lose, like their entire team. Yeah. So that's the only reason I was trying to give them some sort of benefit of the doubt, because Chris McCaffrey is amazing. I totally agree with your point on that too, is that you don't want Chris McCaffrey doing all this, what he's doing. He's not going to be able to withstand it. I think Chris McCaffrey is one of the greatest running backs and just versatility he's able to do. But unfortunately, his body, just the way he plays and just everything that he does, it is hard for him to stay healthy. So I hope that he can, because he's so exciting to watch. But I totally agree with you. My problem with number 10 was I was trying to get San Francisco in there just because they are undefeated. You win 3 games. Get it. You have to at least give them some sort of credit for it. Do you want to go with any kind of honorable mention? Because I was struck between an honorable mention would have been either Washington or Minnesota. I was trying to figure out where to put them when it's in there. I gave San Francisco the benefit of the doubt because they haven't lost yet technically. And we'll see. But I think my honorable mention was going to be Minnesota, though.
I would say the Niners for sure, but just to choose someone else, I'll say the Seattle Seahawks, man, because their defense is looking great too, man. Like I said earlier, I think their rush defense needs work for sure. I think they need to tune it up there, but their offense is looking good. Kenneth Walker, I do agree with you. He can be inconsistent, but if he's not inconsistent and he could run well, with how Sam Darnold's throwing the ball, with how JSN is catching the ball and getting yards after the catch and getting these touchdowns and stuff, Cooper Kupp is going to fall in the mix too. Don't forget about him.
He's wide receiver they got too. I think that kid he's worked really hard. Horton, I think he's on the rise a little bit.
Yeah, facts.
I think by the end of the year he's going to become more of a name. If you don't know him yet, he is out of Colorado State.
Now you know.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a good year. So I'm impressed with him as well. I can see that Seattle looks pretty good as well. All right, so just so we go ahead and do a rundown, I'll go ahead and do it, and then you can give me yours. I'll go in reverse order here. I'll go from 1 down to 10. So I got the Buffalo Bills, the Los Angeles Chargers. I got the Philadelphia Eagles, Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, Baltimore Ravens, Indianapolis Colts, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Los Angeles Rams, and finishing out with the San Francisco 49ers. And let me say again, give Indianapolis some love. They've only punted it one damn time.
At number 1, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. At number 2, Buffalo Bills. Number 3, Los Angeles Chargers. 4, Green Bay Packers. 5, Detroit Lions. 6, Indianapolis Colts. 7, Baltimore Ravens. 8, Los Angeles Rams. 9, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 10, Minnesota Vikings.
Absolutely, man. So that's going to be our power rankings here, and we hope that you guys are able to watch that with us, comment, and let us know, because it's the first one. Things are definitely going to be changing as the season progresses. So I thought that was a lot of fun. So we're hoping that you guys enjoy that as well. So please give us some feedback. But if you want to get into some fun, we're going to go ahead and get into our 2, not 1, but 2 tonight, Down Bad Debates.
It's time for the Down Bad Debate.
All right, our first one with the NBA season coming right around the corner. Can you believe that? Doesn't it seem like the NBA season just finished? It's already getting back to the preseason here in the next, 3-4 weeks or so, something like that. The season's going to be starting up in October, if I believe right, man. I can't believe it's almost around the corner. All right.
Dude,
so
if it was up to me, man, it's shorten the season, bro. Get these
Absolutely.
players. Get these players to start by fucking Christmas. Put Christmas as the first game, bro.
Yep, I 1,000% agree with that, man. Started from Christmas and then ended around the same time. I know owners would never go for it because of the revenue, but it would alleviate all the bit load management as much. It just the NBA season's just too damn long. Same thing with baseball season. I love baseball, but you could shorten that, and no one really, except the purists, would be upset. If you went down, 60 games off and go to 100, I don't think anybody would be that upset. But
of course not, bro.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and set up this Down Bad Debate. If you're just listening on here, this one's going to be a little bit different here. So we're not going for best player, but who is the worst in this picture? Worst. Keep that in mind. So I'll read it down for you if you can't see the visual up here. We got Steph Curry, Dwayne Wade, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, and Wilt Chamberlain. All right, man. This one is going to be interesting. So who is the worst? Pictured in here. You go first, Mr. G. Mike.
Man, this one is tough, bro. This one is very tough, bro. Man. I'm gonna go with Tim Duncan, man. I'm gonna go with Tim Duncan being the worst here. The reasons being because Steph Curry, I think, is the greatest shooter of all time. Dwayne Wade, I think he's the 3rd best shooting guard of all time, and I would say second, 3rd defensive guard of all time. MJ, arguably the GOAT. Kobe, he definitely top 5 for me. Magic Johnson, one of the best point guards to ever play the game when it comes to passing the ball. Obviously, he needed a little bit more of a shot, but his defense was pretty good as well. LeBron, in my opinion, the GOAT. Kevin Durant, one of the greatest shooters of all time. I don't think anybody can stop him from scoring. It's either he's going to score a layup, 3-point, pull up in your face, midi, dunk on you. It don't matter. Shaq, most dominant player of all time. There was no one covering Shaq when you're down in the paint in his peak. And then Wilt Chamberlain, man, you weren't stopping that shot for nothing, man, for nothing. No one was playing on him. But is that Wilt or is that Kareem?
Kareem. I screwed that up.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
I screwed that up. Sorry.
That's why I got confused. No, it's cool. That's why I got confused. But no one was stopping that hook shot. No. I was actually telling one of my boys yesterday that we were playing basketball. I was like, bro, if I could get a hook shot down pack, bro, no one's gonna stop that, man. I love the way that Tim Duncan played for sure. He was great defensively when it came to covering big men. Let's get that straight. Covering big men, he was great defensively. He had the sickest off the backboard midi that was going in. Anytime you hit it off the backboard, it looked like it was going in, man. But to me, I think all these other players overall are better athletes, scorers, defenders. Not all of them. I'm just saying, like, as a group, athlete, scorers, defenders, playmakers, and guys, better guys to start your franchise with.
Yeah, this is definitely difficult, and I'll make that definitely. That was my bad. I definitely messed that one up. That was not Will. It was definitely Kareem. So I do. Sorry about that. And we're live, so we're not going to re-edit that one. So I'll just take the blame on that one. So sorry about that. I do know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyways,
It happens.
So having said that, though, This one was very difficult to say the least. There's a lot of different avenues you can go with this one, and I totally understand why you would pick Tim Duncan in this one. I am not. I just the nickname, Mr. Fundamentals. As a Dallas Mavericks fan, he ruined our season so many times in the playoffs going against that guy. He is one of the greatest to ever do it. I'm going to go, and I know you're probably not going to like this one, but I'm going to go Dwayne Wade. I think out of all of these guys out here, I think you could easily Dwayne Wade could be replaced out of this entire group. You're not really replacing some of these other guys out here. And I know that's going to be one of those things that people are not going to agree with me on, but I think that it is Dwayne Wade out of this group. Obviously Kareem, if I could get the right person right, Kareem was before LeBron took it over the scoring title champion of all time. He had the most points of all time, so you can't get that. Shaq, one of the most dominant of all time. You've already explained Kevin Durant. LeBron, you could go Michael Jordan or him as the GOAT. Magic Johnson was all around just a great player, a great passer. Jordan, do you really even say why you think Jordan is great? Kobe was just amazing, and Steph is the greatest shooter. I just don't think that Wade has any of those accolades next to his name that you're saying, oh, he is at this. I just don't see it. So no disrespect to Dwayne Wade. I would go Dwayne Wade out of this group. Really, really difficult decision, though, man. Really, really difficult decision, though.
No, it makes sense on what you're saying. It makes sense.
Yeah. It's definitely no disrespect to Dwayne Wade because he is one of the greatest and one of the top 75 players in that group. So I could easily, but if I had to choose between these guys, I could get rid of Dwayne Wade and I think my day would be all right. All right, so this one is going to be our down bad debate number 1 for the NBA. Now we have another one because we promised you 2 tonight, so we're going with another one. And this one's going to be a little bit difficult here. It's going to take a little bit of math to get your numbers ready. All right, so we're going to build
the math ain't mathing.
They're going to build the perfect lineup here, man. It's going to be your $5 category is Josh Allen, Saquon, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Brock Bowers. Your $4 is going to be Lamar Jackson, Jahmyr Gibbs, CeeDee Lamb, Alma St. Brown, George Kittle. Number $3, Joe Burrow, Bijan, Malik Neighbors, A.J. Brown, and T.J. Hawkinson. $2 is Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry, Nico Collins, Brian Thomas Jr., and Trey McBride. And your $1, this one was kind of wild here, Jaden Daniels, Jonathan Taylor, Lad McConkey, Jackson Smith and Jigma, and Sam Laporta.
All right, so we're going QB, running back, 2 receivers, tight end.
Okay.
All right.
You can go first if you want.
All right. Give me for $1. Give me Jonathan Taylor, baby. He looking like the best back in football right now. The guy can catch the ball. He can run. He can get through any line. What it seems like right now. Obviously, we're only on week 4. Thursday Night Football is tonight, but right now he's looking like the best back in the league, and I'll take that for $1, baby.
All right, I'll see your $1 and give me $3. Give me Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Okay. Let me have for $5 Josh Allen, baby. And reigning MVP. He looked like he might go back-to-back this season. He is slinging it. He is freaking running over people. He is doing what it does for the Buffalo Bills to stay 3-0, undefeated.
All right, well, then I'll go big out here and give me my $5 because that stack is just ridiculous. Give me my Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow stack.
Nice. Okay, so we both are $6 in. So we have.
I'm at 5. I'm at 8. Excuse me. I'm at 8.
You're at. Oh, okay, because you have 3 and 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking about myself. $6 in. Okay, so you got 8. How much you got left? Math.
I'm counting on my fingers. Leave me alone. I got $7. All right.
Don't give it. I'm laughing because I'm here doing the same shit. I'm like, $6. What is it, $8? I got $8.
Yeah, man. The glasses make you look smart. That doesn't necessarily mean that I am. All right.
Okay, so I got Jonathan Taylor. I got Josh Allen. All right. Let me have for my first receiver. Let me have Malik Labors for $3 because the man is not dropping anything that you throw at him. The only problem is that he's going to be having 6 different quarterbacks starting this weekend that has been throwing to him since he's been in the league, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, that is pretty.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree as well, man. Let's see here. So I'm trying to go some decent money here. Let me go with Derrick Henry for $2, actually. I'm going to go Derrick Henry $2. Even though he's having a little bit of an off year, I think that's a value of getting Derrick Henry at $2. I like that one there.
Okay. All right, so I got $8 already. Let me get $2. Terry McBride, man. He's looking like the primary target right there in Arizona. This guy will catch any red zone pass towards him, get that touchdown, and get those points up for the Cardinals.
Damn it. That's exactly who I wanted to. That was my next pick. Nice pick there. All right, so I can do this math easy. $3, $5, and $2 equals out to 10 right there. So I can do this math quick on that one. All right, so I got $5 to spend here. Whew. All right, let's see what we have going on here. I got $5 I can spend. All right, so go ahead and give me Jackson Smith-Njigba, man. He's been playing pretty damn lights out, honestly. So I'll take that one for $1.
Okay. And then my last receiver, I gotta go with Justin Jefferson for the $5, man. He's gonna be catching everything. Bro, this guy has been one of the consistent receivers since he's been in the league, man. He has been torching it up, bro. Getting yards, getting catches, getting touchdowns. This guy is a fantasy god right now, man. Give me Justin Jefferson, $5.
All right, and so I'll make my last pick here so I can spend my my $4 and give me George Kittle. George Kittle's going to be able to block for me. He's a dog, and he'll do anything for the team to win. He'll put that team on his back, though. And he plays hard as hell, man. I love me some George Kittle, so I'm going to go with $4. Give me George Kittle to clear out my team of my $15 that I'm allowed to spend.
Let's see if I did my math right, because now looking at it, I'm like, hold on, because I got two $5. All right.
Yeah, those numbers I can do in my head, man. I had to write it down. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, so for my quarterback, I got Josh Allen for $5. For my running back, I got Jonathan Taylor for $1. For my first receiver, I got Malik Neighbors for $3. For my second receiver, I got Justin Jefferson for $5. And for my tight end, I got Terry McBride for $2.
That equaled it out?
I don't know.
All right, fair enough. Whatever, man. All right, so this is where we need producers. All right, so I'm going to go for $3 for my quarterback. Give me Joe Burrow. For $5, I'm going big time with Jamar Chase. Give me that stack. That's amazing. For $2, give me Derrick Henry, which I think is a value. $1 JSN, and my tight end for $4, give me George Kittle. I love it, man. That is going to be so much fun.
I got to change mine because it went up to 16.
That's how I was thinking. You're a little bit off, but
all right. So I'll get Sam Laporta. So I got Josh Allen for $5. I got Jonathan Taylor for $1. I got Justin Jefferson for $5. I got Malik Neighbors for $3, and I got Sam Laporta as my tight end for $1.
All right, there we go. That sounds a little bit better. Just I'll recap mine real quick here. I got Joe Burrow for $3. I got Jamar Chase for $5. I got Derrick Henry for $2. JSN for $1, and I got George Kittle for $4. And my math is correct. I equal up to 15. G Mike, are you positive your math is correct now?
Yeah. I did the math with my phone, my other phone, my other calculator.
Oh man, that is ridiculous, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. Longer than we expected it to, so we appreciate that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up for our show for tonight. Man, we had a lot of fun in this one. I really am interested in see what everybody's thoughts are on the power rankings. So please, on the socials, TikTok, any of these things, man, let us know what your thoughts are on the power rankings. Give us yours in order. Let us know what you think. If you also want to come on the show, like we've been saying for the last 53 episodes now, just let us know. We're all about having people come on. Talk to us in the chats. Talk to us about what we can do to improve. Whatever you think it is, it's a show for everybody out there. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. And G Mike, you got anything for the good people before we take them out of here?
Yeah, guys, just please like, subscribe, share the show with your family, friends, or even some strangers walking up and down the street, or anytime you're going to the tailgate, go to watch the game, man. Let these people know that you listening to some handsome fellas talk about sports, football, basketball, baseball, UFC, whatever it is, man. We appreciate the love, and I just want to let everybody know my team, my college football team, is the best team on this podcast because they beat USF and they beat UF, baby. It's all about the U. It's all about the U.
I was hoping we were going to get through this whole time without bringing this shit up.
You know, damn well I can't get off without saying that.
No,
baby.
that was brutal, man.
Before we get out of here, though, just quick take. What do you think about Miami being number 2?
I can see why. They've been playing pretty well. I can see it. I don't think it's a bad choice. It's a bad spot for them. I think what's going to Miami's going to be a problem is going to be is the rest of the season going forward. I think they've really hit most of their games. Clemson isn't really is what they used to be. Georgia Tech now. Georgia Tech and that big game coming up against Florida State. That's going to be a true test right there as well. Florida State is a very I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Florida State is pretty legit this year. It might just be the competition they've played so far, but I am going to be very interested to see how that Miami-Florida State game goes. Miami comes out on top of that, totally fine with it. But I'm okay with them where they're at. It's going to be a lot of TBD because I'm waiting for them to see what they come up against Georgia Tech and Florida State. I think those are the last 2 games that really mean anything in their schedule. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I don't think they play anybody else as far as relevance for the rest of the year. So I think it's going to be kind of hard for them to stay on top if they don't dominate the rest of those games.
Yeah. No, I like it a lot. I love the defense, man. You know, I already told you last year what we needed to really change. It was the defense. We did. We're looking good. Carson Beck is looking like Georgia the first time around in Georgia. Man, they're looking good, man. I'm very excited, and I'm very excited for that FSU game for sure because
that's gonna be exciting,
knows, baby.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. All right. Well, we may not be able to do math. We know our time is up. All right. For Views from the Stands, I am Stevie B. We got Mr. G Mike. We will see you guys very soon. Please like and subscribe. Be safe out there. We appreciate everything you guys are doing. Peace. We're out of here, man.